Good evening, fans, and welcome to King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College for tonight's CCIW women's basketball game featuring the visiting Firebirds of Carthage College and your Wheaton College Thunder. Before we meet the starting lineups for both teams, we ask that you please rise as you are able for the national anthem. All right, fans, at this time, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams, beginning with the Firebirds of Carthage. At guard, number 3, Margaret Spear. At guard, number 4, Lauren Knight. At guard, number 21, Emma Thistle. At guard, number 23, Addison Ebeling. And at forward, number 33, Mariana Morrissey. Carthage is coached by Megan Jones, and she is assisted by Madison Nitch and Lauren Herman. And now,
College Firebirds. Xavier, what are we looking for in this game? Both these teams coming late down the stretch near the bottom of the table in the CCIW.
First of all, pleasure to be here with you, Jacob. It's February basketball. It's late in the season. The pressure is on. Both of these teams sitting at number 7 in the conference. Only 6 get to go to the conference tournament. They're fighting for their lives here tonight. They're trying to keep their postseason play alive. Looking forward to some really good basketball as both of these teams are searching for a victory to keep their playoff season alive.
And keys tonight for today's game, the Carthage Firebirds will be looking to keep going behind Lauren Knight and Mariana Morrissey. They're two stalwarts at the dual threat that Wheaton will have to learn how to stop in this game. And Wheaton still off the hot hand of Annie Tate, as always. I mean, what do both these teams have to look to do to get their offenses going or to slow down the others?
Well, they've just got to attack the rim as there's a foul called there on the drive. But you've got to be able to attack and just create simpler shots for yourself. I think that a lot of times, we get caught up with seeing Steph Curry pull from beyond the arc a lot, that we lose touch of trying to get the ball inside. So both these teams can shoot well. They've got shooters on both sides in white tonight and in black tonight. But getting to the cup, drawing fouls, creating pressure down low is going to be a key focus for both of these teams tonight.
And Annie Tate, a rare miss of both, an 83% free throw shooter all on the season. She's usually the person you want at the line in this situation, as she was the one who took us straight to the bucket early.
Yeah, she's the focal point of this Wheaton team. She's the heartbeat. Looking to run a lot of offense through her, but also defensively, got to be able to lock down here. Like you said, in Lauren Knight and Morrissey, they've got a tandem, and they're going to have their hands full guarding tonight.
Spear missing from 3, Morrissey on the rebound. Back out to Spear at the top of the key. Morrissey, kick out to the right side. Emma Thistle. Thistle driving right past Annie Tate and in for the lay-in.
That's a beautiful move. And we're going to see a lot of pressing from the Firebirds here tonight, trying to speed up this Wheaton team to create turnovers, create some more opportunities for themselves. But A great drive there on the previous possession by Emma Thistle. On the dribble drive, able to put it up and finish.
Wheaton historically having a little trouble with that press and doing a good job so far tonight. As going to be Lily Schwinn trying to get into Richardson, unable to. And Laura Knight heading the other direction. Dump pass over Morrissey and in for the lay-in, and it's 4-0 to the Firebirds early in this one.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Firebirds want to do. Not a lot of big men out there, not a lot of super tall girls out there for the Firebirds. They want to play fast and get out in transition, and that's exactly what happened there off the steal.
Feborowski on the low block, out to Richardson. Richardson driving in, back out to Feborowski once again. Feborowski towards the bucket. Schwinn right into Annie Tate in the right under the basket, and
one thing to note, just off of that last bucket, Carthage going with a smaller lineup. How are they going to be able to guard inside with Annie Tate? And then later on in the game, just matching up with Wheaton's size. That's going to be an interesting thing to look forward to as we go throughout the rest of this basketball game.
Quick pass up to Lily Schwinn. Schwinn right into Kate Oliver, and Oliver just missing the lay-in as it goes in and out. Rebound by Morrissey heading the other direction. Morrissey kick out to Margaret Spear. Into Ebeling. Ebeling driving towards the basket, kick out. In towards the basket now, Emma Thistle missing the layup. Rebound by Ebeling. Ebeling right back up, and Kate Oliver, great defense and rebound on the second chance. Quick now up to Richardson, back to Oliver. Oliver trying to get through the defense. Richardson into Annie Tate. Tate on the low block. And layup. She wanted a foul there, but right off the backboard and going the other direction. Thistle out over to Laura Knight. Knight on the wing, ball by herself and driving for the basket and gets the foul on Annika Richards. Looking to quickly get this one back in as Carthage once again gives the press. Beautiful breakout from this Thunder team. Annie Tate on their left wing. Lily Schwinn. Schwinn into Oliver. Kate Oliver right by the bucket. Spin around jumper, no good. And a rebound from Nebel going the other direction. Drive into the basket is Laura Knight. And making it look easy early for this Carthage team. Feborowski now. Schwinn in transition up to Oliver. Kate Oliver almost letting that foot drag now, but resetting the play for the Thunder. Oliver driving in, back out to Richardson. Pass into Annie Tate just off the mark, and it will be out of bounds and a turnover for the Thunder early, so that they will be looking to have to limit throughout the rest of this one.
Yeah, turnovers are just an absolute no-no, especially with a team that loves to press, that loves to thrive, that does thrive off of creating turnovers. You have to be able to take care of the basketball, move the ball quickly, and make good decisions.
Kick out now to the right wing. Thistle shot from three and no good. Rebound by Annie Tate. Feborowski up to Richardson. Annika Richardson getting by her, trying to get by her man. And gets right around the bucket and just misses the lay-in. Wheaton seeming to be unable to get the lid off the basket in this one.
Yeah, they've gotten some great opportunities down low, just not able to finish. And when you're down there near the rim, you got to be able to just focus in.
As I believe this will be a foul on the baseline. And it will be Emma Thistle throwing this one in. As Anna Mooney coming in for Feborowski as the first sub of this one. Pass going up to the top with Lauren Knight. Knight over to Spear. Driving now is Green, Malia Green. Unable to get the layup and going the other direction. Kate Oliver pushing the issue now. Quickly holding up the ball and swinging it over to Annie Tate. Lily Schwinn at the top of the key. Richardson, Tate right at the block, and receives the foul on the way up, and she'll head back to the line once again. The only shots and points in this one, heading straight back. as it looks like a Wheaton timeout for a 30-second in this one. And what have we seen so far in this game, Xavier? Not a whole lot of action from either team, but Carthage clearly seem to be a little bit more comfortable already.
Yeah, Carthage has been able to create off of the dribble drive. When you're able to break down whoever's guarding you and get to the cup, good things are going to happen. And then on the flip side, Wheaton they've got a few turnovers, not too many, but they've got to be able to attack. Carthage is in that 1-2-2 press. And how you beat that is you get the ball to the middle and then you press the attack. You get to the rack. You get a paint touch. You attack the rim before that they can get back and really regroup. And that's how you're going to be able to get open looks. I think that Wheaton will be able to get a lot of good shot opportunities from the inside and from the outside as well if they can break the press quickly and push the advantage. I think that they're a little bit timid right now, just trying not to turn the ball over. There's competitive risk that you're going to have to take in order to get ahead in this game. But when you do break that press, be aggressive and go get it. I think that'll be able to bring Carthage out of that, and then they can just run their regular sets.
And both teams scoreless for the last 94 seconds this one. Wheaton, before this free throw, scoreless for 3 minutes and 16 seconds prior. And for those of you that have been watching throughout the year, this is looking eerily similar to the conference opener away in Kenosha, where Wheaton got throttled and just scored only less than 10 points a quarter. And it's looking eerily similar to that, but the margin is much closer in this first quarter so far, much to this Wheaton defensive credit. In now towards the low block. Malia Green. Green over to Neville. Neville trying to find some space. Neville's a foot right in the box, having to pass out to Knight. Laura Knight trying to get some room. And that'll be a foul on Jenna Hunter at the top of the key. Knight just drawing one as quickly as she could.
Yeah, Jenna Hunter more comfortable guarding the basketball closer to the rim. That time she gets caught out there, caught on the switch on the screen, and just impedes the progress of Lauren Knight there.
Pass going in to Aram. Green at the top of the key for three, and in all the time in the world. Annie Tate just nowhere to be seen on that defensive play. Lily Schwinn trying to get past this defense. Is going to be a reach-in foul on Mariana Morrissey. And Wheaton will get another opportunity to get this ball back in. As needing to reset the shot clock. And Wheaton will have to get it back in once again, as that was a really good escape. Richardson over to Mooney. Mooney up to Schwinn and right back at it once again, this Thunder team. Annika Richardson, top of the key. Anna Mooney. Mooney one dribble, fake, pump faking the shot and turnover. Aram going the other way. Over to Margaret Spear. Spear kicking it down to Morrissey. Carthage moving the ball well here. Everyone has touched the ball so far. Morrissey over to Green. Green another three-point shot over the top of Tate and good. And a turnover on the inbound from Annika Richardson. That's another 2 points, and it's getting out of hand quickly for this Thunder team.
I mean, 2 back-to-back shots from Malia Green. Absolutely money on those past 2 shots. She's only shot 23s this entire season. 7 for 20 coming into tonight. 35% there, but she has came in and she has had a killer mentality. She said, I'm gonna shoot it when she's open, and that just shows you how quickly things can turn. After a few turnovers, after you allow a team to kind of get some momentum, it's one steal, and then now you're down 11, and it feels like you have no momentum at all. That's where you have to be careful with teams like Carthage. especially teams that are going to want to turn you over and speed you up. You have to be able to take care of the basketball and limit their momentum and limit the runs that they go on.
And on that second free, Annie Tate was all over it as she goes into the bucket and finally gets a score for the run of play for the first time since the first minute of this one. And Annie Tate was all over that second one, and there was still nothing to do. Straight over her head and in. I mean, at some point you can't do a whole lot more about it as Morrissey heads right in. Allrum over to Spear, right down Morrissey. Just missing that one, and Wheaton finally getting hold of the rebound, and Lily Schwinn will be looking to go the other direction. Over the midcourt line, Feborowski, kick out to Oliver. Oliver pump fake in towards the baseline, and a foul as she goes in, and it will be a throw-in on the baseline, or a throw-in on the baseline for this Thunder team.
Yeah, beautiful pump fake. Bit of a Morrissey kind of got too close on the closeout there, which gave Kate Oliver the opportunity to drive and kind of get around her. But in that situation, coming down the baseline, she has no angle to shoot. There's no reason to foul her there.
There's a little miscommunication on the inbound there. Kate Oliver still getting a hold of it. An almost bad pass from Annie Tate as Anna Mooney for three in the corner. My goodness, if you want to get back in this one, that's exactly what you need. Beautiful shot from the corner from Anna Mooney as Carthage moving up quickly now. Spear kicking out to the corner with Allrum. Allrum up to Knight. Lauren Knight trying to get over to Malia Green. Missed defense and a beautiful interception from Feborowski. Feborowski over to Mooney. Mooney getting stopped by the defense. Annie Tate right at the top of the key. Feborowski setting up the play now. Wanting movement a little bit quicker here. Shot clock winding down, 10 seconds. Kate Oliver. Oliver kick out to Schwinn. Schwinn needing to get a shot up real quick here. Kick out, Oliver just gets it off, and it will be no good. The rebound coming from Margaret Spear. And Wheaton's defense not getting there in time, and Neville almost getting a free run at the basket. But it'll be Malia Green right on the top of the key once again. Knight trying to get it in towards the box. Neville shot up, and it will be no good. As the pass quickly going up to Schwinn. Schwinn trying to get by her defender, unable to, and will get the foul call. And Wheaton will once again get a throw in on the baseline.
Yeah, a lot of up and down over the past few possessions. 40 seconds left here on the clock. Wheaton has answered back, 5 points of their own to kind of stop the bleeding. These next two possessions here in this last 40 seconds is going to be very momentous as we move into the rest of the game.
And basketball is a game of runs, and Wheaton on a 6-0 run at the moment after that free throw. And Carthage scoreless for the last 2.5 minutes. This is the exact response you needed from that timeout after Carthage is able to gain that lead, as both these free throws go in from Schwinn.
Yeah, absolutely. At the beginning of a basketball game, you never want to give up too big of a run. It kind of kills and just kind of tampers the rest of the game. So great answer from Wheaton, and let's see if they can get a good bucket here to try to close this lead down a little bit more.
Missed shot from Margaret Spear with Kate Oliver all over. Great defensive play as Lily Schwinn drives towards the bucket. Schwinn back out to Oliver. Oliver driving in now. Annie Tate with two around her receives the foul, but on the way up, and she will get 2 free throws. She'll feel a little bit hard done for not getting the and one on that one.
Yeah, just a little bit, but a great pass there. Kate Oliver using her speed and using her attacking ability to be able to create 2-on-1 situations. That time she drew Tate's defender, which gave Annie Tate a little step, and then it seemed like a reach-in foul from the defender in the corner that kind of drew the foul, but Wheaton is going to benefit a lot from getting to the free throw line, especially 33 in white.
An uncharacteristic night for Annie Tate, only 500 from the line over her first 6 attempts. We should note that she is the all-time leading free throws, or all-time leader in the NCAA in free throws in the game. So she will go to the line early, and she will go to the line often in this one, and hope that they keep going down.
Yeah, absolutely. She's extremely hard to guard, and most of the time she's at the stripe.
Wow, Fedorovsky at the end of the quarter from almost three-quarter court, launching that one up and just short, right on target too, if I might add. Now here, for those of you just joining us here at King Arena, I'm Jacob Fatma, along here with Xavier Jones. It is 15-12 here for the Carthage Firebirds over your Wheaton Thunder in this late season CCIW matchup, and it's all for seeding now. Both these teams sitting 7th at CCIW, looking for results elsewhere, as both of these teams trailing Elmhurst and needing them to drop one, which, if we look at Elmhurst late season, is likely. What do both these teams have to do in order to get out of this game with a win and give themselves a shot going into Saturday?
Well, here's the thing. What we've seen tonight already is Carthage being extremely aggressive. That is their bread and butter. That is what they do, and they have had some really good success with it tonight, up 3 points. But Wheaton has to use that aggressiveness against them. You see a lot of tipped passes. You see a lot of Firebirds jumping, leaving their feet. They're kind of getting out of position, but they're making those plays. So Wheaton is going to have to be disciplined in what they do, stick with the fundamentals. They're going to have to jump stop on 2 feet. They're going to have to ball fake and pass it around. They're going to have to pump fake. They're going to have to do a little bit extra in order to take care of the basketball, because when they're able to pump fake, when they're able to get Carthage out of position, it's going to open up a lot more opportunities for them. Carthage is trying to turn up the heat. Wheaton, with their fundamentals, can tune it a little bit down.
And I will have to check the tie-break rules later, because Wheaton and Carthage both have split games against Elmhurst, who is currently tied with Carroll away in Elmhurst, as we get a bucket straight down, I believe, from Kate Oliver. A great way to start the quarter, and exactly what you want if you're this Thunder team. Only a 1-point game now, the closest it's been since real early in this one. Margaret Spear over out to Laura Knight from 3, and she'll always make it if she has that much space. That's Feborowski getting into Mooney. Back to Feborowski once again, trying to break the press. Feborowski all the way up to Alexis Martin. And Feborowski looking to calm it down, and bad pass into Mooney, intercepted by Ebeling. Ebeling going all the way down and blocked out by Feborowski, and hopefully she'll get the block on that one. A great defensive play all the way coast to coast on that one.
Yeah, great defensive play by Feborowski, but on that last possession, the Firebirds getting Laura Knight open, and she gets another look there, but she has to be the point of emphasis. Can't miscommunicate on screens with her. Got to be up in her face.
As Annie Tate starting to show why she has been the star of this team for so long. As she gets another 3 to go down. And Carthage once again in a 1-point game. Laura Knight trying to answer, unable. And Annie Tate with that rebound going the other direction for the Thunder. Feborowski driving in, layoff to Martin. Tate driving towards the basket and somehow gets by her defender and unable to get the bucket to go in. Carthage pushing it forward quickly. Margaret Spear over to Green. Thistle kicking out to the right side, drive in from Laura Knight. As Tate goes to the ground, it will be a great lay-in for Laura Knight. And the Thunder will have to look to keep this one close once again. Turnover to Spear, and Spear doing it by herself against Anna Mooney. And it's already now a 5-point game, and this is how quickly with this press it can get out of hand for this Thunder team. Annie Tate, another wide open 3. And just rattling out, Laura Knight with the rebound. Knight sprinting down the court. Tate in there on defense, but unable to get quite all over it. And Laura Knight with the easy lay-in, and it's now a 7-point game for the Carthage Firebirds. 6 straight unanswered for this team as Oliver goes straight to the bucket and it's fouled on the way up. And a quick sprint over these last 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's what Carthage wants to do. We've said it all broadcast, but great drive there by Kate Oliver. She has done a terrific job attacking the basket. She has used her speed. That time hits her defender with a little cross jab move to get inside, drawing the foul, getting to the stripe. She's been a bright spot here over the past few minutes in terms of Wheaton creating offense and getting offensive shot opportunities.
As Kate Oliver misses the first one, she will get another opportunity at the line. She is 70% from the stripe so far this season. Looking to make good on that for this second one, and does. 6-point game for the Thunder team as the Firebirds quickly forcing this one back up once again. Kick out tonight. Pekaski over to Thistle, back to Pekaski once again. Shot coming from the corner of the box, and Addison Ebeling making it look easy in the mid-range.
Yeah, Ebeling actually was open because she set the back screen at the corner of the free throw line. She was able and ready to catch and fire.
And Alexis Martin straight to the bucket, making that look easy to cut through that defense. Kick out once again, Margaret Spear over to the left side. Once again, Emma Thistle. Thistle out to Spear. Margaret Spear for three and unable to go in. And Kate Oliver on the rebound. Dribbling up, pass out to Annie Tate. Tate, no one picking her up until she gets to the three-point line. Oliver setting the play, getting the screen from Tate. Oliver straight in the basket. Mid-range jumper from Lily Schwinn, unable to go down. Oliver with the rebound and back in. Kate Oliver finding a way to get to the basketball in this one. As kick out once again, Pekaski. Knight over to Emma Thistle. Pekaski once again, Lauren Knight at the top of the key, wide open three, and goes. Trying to hit some of that Caitlin Clark range up on top, and timeout for the Thunder.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark range indeed. She was a good 2 steps off of the three-point line. She's got limitless range when it comes to three-point shooting, and got to be able to keep a hand up. She's so hard to guard. She can shoot it, but also can beat you off the drive. But on the flip side, Kate Oliver has been the talk for Wheaton offensively. She's been amazing, has been all over the floor tonight for Wheaton. But they've got to be able to keep this thing close. It's like they've gotten within 2 points, gotten within 3 points, gotten within 1 point, and then they let it slip away. And they've got to be able to dig in and say, hey, we're close. We got to figure it out. We got to really dig deep on defense and get stops. But both of these teams playing exceptionally well, trying to get to their spots, trying to create on the inside, trying to get to the lane and score. It's going to just determine on who can create the better shots for themselves and who can take care of the basketball.
And as I always like to say, basketball is a game of runs, and the winner will be the one who comes on top and has the most of them in a game. And Carthage, every time Wheaton has a run, they have an answer so far. And so hopefully you can bounce off the performances of Kate Oliver and Annie Tate in this one to just be able to pull it close. As Alexis Martin double teamed, kicking out to Schwinn, and Lily Schwinn will actually get across the line, almost uncontested by Lauren Knight. Calling a play, getting in towards the bucket. Annie Tate at the top of the key. Tate trying to dribble in. Alexis Martin for three. And goes everywhere around the rim and somehow rolls out. And it will be Emma Thistle driving the other direction. Lauren Knight at the top at the three-point line. Margaret Spear. And over to Jessie Pekaski. A lot of passing now into the low block. Turnaround jumper for Ebeling, and it will be no good. Rebound coming from Annika Richardson. Feborowski sending it the other direction. Screen coming from Richardson. Schwinn. Feborowski at the top of the key. Trying to drive in and give herself some room now. Quick kick around the horn to Annie Tate, driving in. 7 seconds on the clock. Annika Richardson for three! Going straight to the arc and getting a little bit of room. Wheaton finally able to get an answer in this one. As Ebeling at the baseline once again, right at the box, and she will be fouled on the way up and go straight to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, nice drive there. Faborowski just not able to slide over in time.
And I'm almost surprised they're giving that foul to Feborowski. They could have given it to probably all three Wheaton defenders down there.
Yeah, a lot of bodily contact going on down there. Got to be able to slide your feet and meet them first before they get to the spot in order for it to be an offensive foul. That was not the case there.
As the first one from Ebeling is no good. And she will make the second. And we will get a Kate Oliver in this one for Feborowski. And she will take a much needed minute, as she has been all over this court over the last couple minutes. As Alexis Martin over to Oliver. And now Lily Schwinn setting the offense. Schwinn just dribbling around at the top of the horn. Kate Oliver. Oliver to Martin. Martin fumbling the ball a little bit. Oliver, 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the clock. He just chucks one up and misses the rim. And that should have been a shot clock violation. Wheaton getting away with one there, as that ball did not hit the rim, just hit the backboard.
Yeah, it didn't, but no whistle, so we play on. Great heads-up play there, good hustle by Richardson. Kind of lucked out there.
Allrum on the three-point arc, hitting it. And showing why Carthage does not need that call in this instance. As Schwinn now breaking the press. Kick out to Tate. Tate with a little bit of room. Pump fake. Kick out to Richardson. Richardson trying to drive into 2, unable to. Kick out to Schwinn, fumbles the pass a little bit. Tate. Over to Oliver. Oliver driving now, straight to the rack and unable to go in. And it will be going the other direction. Jesse Pekaski on the rebound. Kicking up tonight, the little hesitation, and kick out to Spear. Passing around the top for Carthage now. It's Lauren Knight with a wide open shot and misses. Not often you're gonna see a miss with that much space and time. As straight to the baseline. Alexis Martin out to Annie Tate at the top. 17 seconds setting the offense is Lily Schwinn. Annie Tate for a 3. Designed go-around play and a beautiful shot for Annie Tate.
Yeah, the pick and pop, lethal. She sets the screen, and through the communication of the 2 defenders and the pick and roll, or the pick and pop, excuse me, they get just a step late, and that gives Annie Tate just enough time to drill the 3.
Missed 3 from Margaret Spear, and Wheaton will have an opportunity on this possession. Just get it a little bit closer. Straight towards the basket is Kate Oliver, and just missing, a little bit awkward on the layup. And Margaret Spear driving the other direction. Straight into Richardson at the baseline and gets the foul, and just barely does not roll in. As we have 90 seconds left in the half in this one.
Yeah, pushing it in transition. I didn't really see a foul there. Could have been some bodily contact on the way up.
And that very well could be a gimme call for the missed shot clock violation.
Oh, 100%.
And I wouldn't blame them at all. That makes perfect sense in this scenario. As she misses the first one, Spear will get another opportunity. And for those of you just joining us here at King Arena on this Wheaton College campus, I'm Jacob Fatma, along here with Xavier Jones. And this is a very important matchup between the Wheaton College Thunder and the Carthage College Firebirds deep in the CCIW season. Both these teams fighting for their lives to make it into CCIW playoff play. As Annie Tate now takes this one, kicking it over to Oliver, and that's going to be a push by Alexis Martin. And a very clear push, getting a little too ahead of herself on that one, leaning in.
Yeah, we saw some examples of defenders not getting to the spot early enough. That time, Spear was able to slide her feet and beat Martin to the spot. And that will be an offensive foul every single time. Extension of the arm bar.
Laura Knight straight to the basket and in. As now Wheaton breaking the press. Lily Caddo, the freshman, getting some game time as she kicks it over to Martin, who just misses a three. She had a lot of space and time on that one, just unfortunately hitting the front iron. As Laura Knight having some space, miscommunication of defense, and that's gonna burn you every time. Caddo needing to get it quick into Oliver, unable to get there and kick ball, and Wheaton's gonna get lucky on that one. As that very well could have been a quick turnaround double-digit lead and a huge turnaround. As Alexis Martin, jailbreak here. Three-point shot blocked at the top. And in towards the basket, and foul on the way up. Kate Oliver will go to the line. And Oliver looks like she's pleading with her teammates over what's going on the court. And she, clearly the hustle play there, just unfortunately having to do almost everything at the moment on both ends of the court. 20 seconds remaining in this one as she gets her first shot. And it does go in to hopefully stem the flow a little bit going into half. As Carthage on a 6-0 run before these two free throws. And it is a 7-point game going into what looks like it will be the final possession of this period. Urum getting up the court over to Pekaski. Oh, down inside of Steele. And it's gonna be Annie Tate kicking out to Caddo. Caddo for the mid-range and just missing to end the half. And shot-free possession for the Thunder, almost paying dividends. As we head into half here at King Arena, I'm Jacob Fama, along here with Xavier Jones, and we are signing off for the halftime break.
Wheaton was definitely the best place, for me that I could have ever gone. I look back just making the decision to come to Wheaton. I'm so grateful, for everyone in that process who helped lead me to Wheaton. I feel like I've grown in just so many different ways, looking back to my freshman year, even just thinking about it now, to kind of where I am now, and really couldn't have asked for any better place to be. And honestly, again, it's a testament to all the people that I got to surround myself with every day here.
When I saw him play in high school, I came back and told Coach Banner, he clearly is talented enough, but he is so small.
Growing up as very short, skinny, kind of out-of-place point guard, I think that's really where you have to have a chip on your shoulder to know and go in that, I've put in the work and I deserve to be on the court here.
But to be honest, he wasn't the best player on his high school team, and then he wasn't the best player at Wheaton for 4 years. But honestly, very quickly into his first few practices, I could tell we had somebody pretty special but he is by all measure now one of the all-time great players to ever put on a Wheaton jersey. But he's also going to be the type of young man that you can point back to and say, this is what a star player looks like, behaves like, and acts.
I think like looking back early on in my career, I really was like afraid to fail. And that's something that we talked about a lot, was throw all your dice out there, put all the chips out there, and don't be afraid to fail. And that's something that we kind of worked on together. And that's really what helped us gain trust. And I mean, for me, my past, 2-3 years, I was really able to play more free.
When you get a young man like Tyson, you realize you got something pretty special as a coach, because in a lot of ways, he became the leader of our team. And I just cheered a lot. I mean, he just became somebody who really embodies everything you want from a best player.
It's honestly such a great honor, and it's something that, I never really thought was on the table.
I do describe the Justice Trophy regularly as the Division III Heisman for men's basketball. It really is in many ways the most prestigious award that is given out in men's and women's basketball at the Division III level. It not only measures the basketball ability of the men and women at Division III basketball, but also the academic and service of those individuals. So it's a total award that really encompasses not only just the talent level, but really the most outstanding student athlete in our sport.
The initial feelings were just like of gratitude and thankfulness to Wheaton, to Coach Shower, to Coach Panner, everybody who invested in me during this time.
I thought he was better than people probably perceived. The fact that he wasn't on any All-America lists, preseason lists, surprised me given the career he had had to that point. And I think he kind of carried a little bit of that chip on his shoulder into this season and used that as motivation.
I'm not going to let anybody outwork me. I think that's really kind of where it comes from and stems from, is just wanting to win badly enough to where, you're willing to sacrifice.
One of the things I love about Tyson is he averaged over 5 rebounds a game, and he's not much taller than me. So he just simply was relentless to go rebound the basketball, and knew that given our personnel, that was going to be a potential area of weakness and that he needed to help us there. I honestly believe if I didn't show up for a week, Tyson would have made sure our team did exactly the same thing we did when I was there. And so his legacy will be brought up over and over and over again, whether I'm here or not, because he's going to be on the wall and that trophy's going to be downstairs. The academic reputation of the institution is so high that the students we get here are really self-motivated to do well academically. That matters to them. So they're typically pretty good students on our roster. And then because of their relationship to Jesus, there's a sense that we should serve others and try to model that as Jesus did.
Looking back on the Israel trip and Zimbabwe trip, those are two things, just looking back on my career, that I will never forget. The relationships that we built out there were just so incredible.
Go to the Holy Lands, we're going to do all those biblical sites and really study the Bible on that trip. And our trip to Zimbabwe, which Tyson also went on, we did clinics and did service projects, and we are going to visit historical sites and do some fun stuff in addition to playing some games. But we're going to do it in a different context than most Division III basketball programs.
There's just so many incredible things about those trips. Makes the whole time at Wheaton, and specifically a Wheaton basketball player, just so special.
All he cared about was winning, and that just makes life easy for a coach. Because if your best player cares about that and your best player has his work ethic, it's hard for other people to come up with too many excuses. They sort of follow because he's just such a great leader.
They say the friends you make at college will be friends for life. We say the friends you make at Wheaton College will not only be lifelong, but life-changing. That's because Wheaton is a grace-filled, Christ-centered, fun community unlike any other. From talent shows to all-school communion, Christmas celebrations to hip-hop battles, you'll have opportunities every single day to express who you are and how you see the world, to lead, work, serve, and worship together, to define your convictions with peers and mentors who support and encourage you, and expect your friendships to last not only on campus, but throughout your life as part of a Wheaton family that spans the globe. This isn't just an educational experience. It's an unparalleled journey that you can only find at Wheaton.
When I first came to Wheaton, the ISP was one of the first offices I found. They helped me get settled in, from getting me a SIM card to taking me to the bank to open a bank account. They're very supportive of students whose families live overseas. From freshman year, I joined Mu Kappa, which is a club at Wheaton for third kosher kids, and we got together every Sunday to share a meal or have fun together, and it was a great place to find community. During my sophomore year, I started working with Mu Kappa as a publicity manager, and it was amazing to just see freshmen coming in and get settled at Wheaton and find community at Mu Kappa just as I did.
From psychology to business, health to history, Wheaton College offers 150 plus majors, minors, and concentrations, and 20 plus grad programs, all taught by world-class scholars who will mentor you, motivate you, and prepare you for the career you want. But the top-tier academic experience you'll find at Wheaton doesn't stop at career preparation. Here, we want you to think big picture. See the world through a Christ-centered point of view. Make connections between your faith and your interests and your studies. Pursue academic excellence, not at the risk of your faith, but for the sake of your faith. In the end, you'll have developed a vision for vocation and a passion for service, while strengthening your wisdom and character. That's what makes the Wheaton experience so profound and so long-lasting. It's a whole person preparation for your whole life's journey.
Humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, faithful believers. For Christ and his kingdom, Wheaton stands at the forefront of Christian liberal arts education. Here, we facilitate an unparalleled journey for our students, bringing together deep faith and intelligence to pursue their most ambitious callings. At Wheaton, reaching God-given potential is never accomplished alone. From coaches on the field to professors in the classroom, we come together to make space for students to wrestle with timeless questions and pursue biblically informed, thoughtful wisdom as they pursue academic, artistic, and athletic excellence. We are one of the nation's colleges that change lives, because that is exactly what we do. We live, work, serve, and worship together as an educational community centered on Jesus and reflecting the beautiful diversity of his kingdom. It's collaborative, immersive, Christ-centered. Our enduring model, with twin traditions of quality academics and deep faith, along with a faculty of Christian thought leaders and a staff of dedicated believers, allows us to champion the true essence of the Christian liberal arts educational experience, continuing the legacy lived out by iconic thinkers and evangelical luminaries around the globe. Wheaton integrates and connects disciplines through Christian thought, diverse peers, and contemporary global context. Here, adventurous thinkers and faithful believers come together to create a mosaic of diverse backgrounds, beliefs, and hopes. It's a place of curiosity and conviction, a place to live out your values and pursue your ambitions. Except here, it's not only about what you can achieve. It's about who you can become. Living out our calling with heart and skill through Christ-centered leadership. At Wheaton, you don't have to settle. We call ourselves Thunder because Like thunder, the Wheaton Network is a force moving through him and for him to build the church and benefit society worldwide. Like rolling thunder, God's mighty voice calls us to be humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, and faithful believers for Christ and His kingdom.
Welcome back to King Arena. I'm Jacob Frotma, along here with Xavier Jones for this late season CCIW contest between your Wheaton College Thunder and the Carthage College Firebirds. Carthage leading at half, 39-32, off the back of a great showing from Lauren Knight with 18 first half points and just incredible fast break play from this Carthage team.
Yeah, for Carthage, they've played very, very well, up to par with who they are, their brand, how they like to play basketball. Lauren Knight, obviously, 18 points. Looking to get other people involved, though. Wheaton's going to come out and try to guard her a little bit better. So get some other people involved. The three-pointer has been their friend. They were 6 for 14 here in the first half, 43%. And then for Wheaton, you got to limit turnovers. You have to limit Knight's shot opportunities. She had 10 last half. She was just open way too much. Got to make someone else beat you if you're Wheaton. And then also, you got to crash the offensive glass and generate some extra opportunities for yourself. That's how Wheaton's going to be able to get ahead in this game.
As I believe that was Lauren Knight fouled on the baseline by Lily Schwinn, going straight back to it as always. As now kick out to the top of the key, Lauren Knight once again. Schwinn all over and intercepted pass by Kate Oliver. Oliver over to Schwinn, pass to Feborowski. Feborowski kick it around the horn, and Feborowski heads up play to keep possession for the Thunder. 20 seconds of the shot clock, resetting play. Schwinn, Feborowski. Feborowski for three from the top of the key, and goes! And that's exactly what you want at the top of the break.
Yeah, huge shot there. We talk about Carthage jumping passes and creating turnovers. That time, Kate Oliver does it, and it turns out for a huge three big time in favor of the Thunder.
Shot from Spear, no good from the mid-range. And going the other direction for this Thunder team. Feborowski setting the play. Annie Tate. Over top, everybody, and Annika Richardson making it look easy in the low block, right past two defenders.
Yeah, beautiful play there, beautiful pass.
And blocked by Annie Tate. Going the other direction now, Lily Schwinn. Schwinn driving in the lane. Open three for Tate, and no good off the back iron. And Emma Thistle looking to keep driving for this Firebird team. 3-point from Morrissey, wide open, and if you give someone that much time, ain't no way they're missing. Schwinn getting doubled now, and turnover for the Thunder team, and that's exactly what you don't want. Some more fast break points on turnovers. And there's some 2 more, and that's getting out of hand early. And already ballooning back to a 9-point lead. All the good work from the center team now quickly being undone as there's another turnover. Straight back up, and that's on the 3rd attempt. It was still no good and rebounded by Oliver. And a nightmare for the Thunder team. You do so much to get back in this game, and it goes to nothing as Annika Richardson looks to keep it going well. As Wheaton will get a timeout off the made shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just credit to Morrissey there for anticipating passes and getting her hands on loose balls. But if you're Wheaton, you have to be able to do a better job at breaking the press and getting past it. You saw the ball, it was entered in, and then they tried to make the pass right back to the inbounder with no pump fake, no ball fake. And Morrissey was able to get her hands on it. You've got to be able to find ways to get the ball, maybe not around her. She's 5'8", but she's lengthy. As you can see, she's able to get her arms out there and get in the passing lanes. You got to find creative ways to get past that. And this game's almost like an accordion. This lead gets it gets slim, and then it expands back out, and then it slims back down again. It was looking like up until that missed Annie Tate 3 that they were going to take the lead or tie it up. Had great momentum, and then just like that, in transition, we're not communicating. You leave Morrissey up at the top of the key, wide open. She knocks it down, and then 2 turnovers later, you're back staring at another deficit, down by 7. You got to be able to lock in and not turn the basketball over, communicate on defense. So we got to see if Wheaton can get it done. They've been really close a few times. That's the bright side. They've just got to be able to finish it and keep going with it.
And you look straight at steal count in this game. 8 steals across the board for this Firebird team. Wheaton only having 3, and that includes the Kate Oliver one early in this one. As now Carthage going straight to the block. Kate Oliver gets another one. Can she get a fast break to hold up? And tied up, and going Wheaton way. And Wheaton will get that as a turnover. Beautiful heads-up play once again. And Kate Oliver learning how to jump these passes.
Yeah, absolutely. From the short corner to the top of the key, that's a long pass. Kate Oliver was able to see it before it happened, jumped out in front of it, had a hard time picking it up on the roll. But nonetheless, it's Wheaton basketball.
Little conversation between the refs over what to put on the shot clock, but it's quickly going to be beautiful pass play from this Thunder team, and Annie Tate muscling her way in. Showing what the weight room does, going straight to the bucket through 2 defenders, as it's going to be Mariana Morrissey taking up for the Firebirds. Morrissey driving in, pull-up jumper, no good, and it will be out, and Firebird ball off the hand of Richardson. And great play on the opposite end from Tate. Great heads-up play on defense from both Tate and Oliver. It's exactly what you want on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. Teach Tate coming out of the, we've got a, looks like we have a foul here down low, loose ball foul, but that's Teach Tate. You get the ball in, you reverse it down to the corner, get it inside, just like the play was drawn up, and Annie Tate able to finish with a great move.
Annie Tate right to the basket once again, and that's 17. That's 17 early in this half. Beautiful work from the Thunder team to keep themselves right back in it. And like you said, the accordion, it comes back in once again. Can Wheaton take advantage of this rubber band?
Absolutely, and that was the best press break that they've had, because they actually got the ball down low, and quick passes were able to get them that easy bucket.
And Ebeling trying to go over Tate, no good. Annie Tate leading someone to trail, not getting anyone, doing it herself anyways. Annie Tate, 6 unanswered in this one. Spear going straight up and finally giving an answer to the 6-0 run from just Annie Tate. And the rubber band coming in once again for this Thunder team, as this press break looking to not be quite as quick and vicious, but it's still working as Oliver unable to get the layup to go, and that has been her kryptonite tonight. 2 for 9 from the field now for Kate Oliver. Thistle finding herself wide open, driving towards the basket, kicking it out. Ebeling shot from the mid-range, no good, and rebound from Richardson. Lily Schwinn driving up the court, not really getting picked up to the three-point line. Into Tate. Annie Tate dribbling inside the box. Annie Tate going around everyone and just missing that lay-in. And it will be going the other way. Emma Thistle out to Morrissey. Mariana Morrissey straight to the rack and in. And that's a defensive lapse for this Thunder team. And after such a great few runs down the court and a timeout from the Firebirds.
Yeah, beautiful move there by Morrissey when she's able to get ahead of steam. Coming into the three-point line there, it's very hard to stop. She's a very shifty player. You saw the crossover there and then getting back to her right hand, but both of these teams playing extremely well, getting up and down the court. We're seeing a lot of tempo, a lot of shots, a lot of possessions. You love to see that, but which team can slow it down when it matters, can play at a pace where they can speed the other team up, but also slow enough to where they can do and be comfortable with what they need to do. You saw a few missed layups here. Are we going a little too fast? You know what I mean? And so that's going to be the focal point here. Both of these teams, they want to get up and down. They want to be able to get out and run, play a lot of tempo. Which team is going to be able to lock in and hit the shots that they're rewarded, and then also sitting down and playing defense. I feel like here in these first 5 minutes, there's been a lack of defense on both sides of the basketball. Compared to the first half, a lot of defensive intensity from both teams. Let's see who can buckle down on the defensive side of the court and force tough shots.
And Wheaton usually plays a pretty slow-paced game, and so playing up-tempo, it might cost them at the end of this one. And right now, though, playing into their hands somewhat, which is great so far for this Thunder team. And I might add, Mariana Morrissey, 11 points in 11 minutes in this one. She has been quiet, but she has been everywhere when she's on the court. As that was almost a turnover for this Thunder team. Feborowski, 5 seconds needed to get it up. Shot coming from Brady and missing, and it will be an over-the-back foul from Alexis Martin. And going the other direction for this Firebird team, and it will be Malia Green on this throw-in. And Rachel Brady, you can see here, just missing off the front iron. Just so unfortunate to be able to miss those mid-range jump shots. The ball goes straight in, then once again to Margaret Spear. Back out to Knight. Knight over to Green, or correction, Aram. Aram over to Neville. Neville into Spear. Spear back into Neville once again, and it's going to go out of bounds off the hands of Neville, and it will be Wheaton basketball. Lily Schwinn on the throw-in is right at the side. This time unable to move her feet, which has been a little bit different from what she normally gets down here. Double team now, just getting it past to Alexis Martin. Martin to Brady. And Feborowski looking to set play. Wheaton slowing it down, bringing it more to their pace once again. Feborowski right in the basket. Feborowski doing some great work with the mid-range jump, or with the jump shot inside of the box.
Yeah, beautiful floater there, and coming off of the double down screen, she was able to just dribble drive Annika Richardson floating to the corner, giving her some extra space to drive. Beautiful move there to finish.
Neville just missing the wide open mid-range shot, and it will be a foul on the rebound on this Thunder team. I'm not quite sure who that was on. I will find out for you in a moment. Will be a throw-in coming for Carthage. Throw-in coming from Aram. Aram into Wojcik. And Wojcik just missing that one. And Lily Schwinn looking to finally make this another one-point game once again. Wheaton has not led in this contest, and they're going to look to try to get close here. Martin getting around two defenders up to the basket and goes straight to the stripe. Beautiful shifty maneuver from Alexis Martin.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier on in the broadcast, using the pump fake to attack Carthage's over-aggressiveness. Martin does a great job of doing it there and then putting the ball on the ground quickly, picking it back up and attacking to get to the rim.
And we should point this out, an excellent pass from Annika Richardson to set up that entire play. Just beautiful passing work from this Thunder team whenever they actually slow down and do the plays that they know they can do, as both of these free throws go in. And this is now the closest margin we've had in about 3 or 4 minutes here for this Thunder team. Back within a point once again. And three-point shot, air ball from Lauren Knight. And that's the heat check that you don't want if you're Lauren Knight. As it will be a throw-in coming from Schwinn. Schwinn into Martin. Martin holding it, unable to find a pass. Feborowski. Wheaton needing it 2 seconds to get over the line and do. Alexis Martin right at the three-point arc. Richardson trying to go towards the baseline. Passing back up to the top of the key. Feborowski. Annie Tate back in this ball game. Less than 10 seconds on the clock. Alexis Martin driving towards the baseline. Going straight up to the basket and looks a little banged up on that one. Limping towards the other end. But it will be Aram. Aram over to Malia Green. Aram once again going towards the baseline. Ebeling into Green and rebound. Bounced around and still now collected up by Feborowski. Feborowski holding the ball up the court, and she's now driving in, mid-range jump shot and blocked. She wanted a foul there, and I'd argue probably should have gotten it straight off the hand. We have Lauren Knight driving towards the basket and going to ground, getting the foul. And it looks like it will be on the shot here. Lauren Knight getting her chance at the line, and a banged up Alexis Martin heading out. A trooper to sprint up the court for a couple possessions there. Clearly needing a second as Lauren Knight heads to the line once again for her fifth time in this one, as missing the first. And free throw shooting for both of these teams tonight has not been great. And that's saying something for both these teams who tend to do pretty decent from the stripe, as that second one does go. 2-point game for this Firebird team. 90 seconds left in the third. Schwinn picking up her dribble and getting over to Feborowski. Wheaton starting to learn how to break this press a little more consistently now. Wide open at the top of the key for the lead! Annie Tate does it again. 3-point from the top of the key, 22 points in this one. Has been the star of the show, and Wheaton gets their first lead of the game with just a minute left in the third period. And Lily Schwinn almost getting a turnover as this game is getting a little bit louder. Lauren Knight getting by her man, dribbling into two defenders and still getting the basket in. 1-point lead for the Firebirds. As this is exactly what you want if you're Wheaton. It is now a neck and neck battle. A dogfight and a horse race to the end. Schwinn over to Oliver. Straight into Schwinn at the baseline. Right turnaround, lay-in, hook shot. Exactly what you want if you're this Thunder team.
Yeah, beautiful setup there and great composure by Lily Schwinn. She was driving to her left, sticks her foot in the ground, pivots on that left foot, and get back to her right hand, and a beautiful finish.
And just before the buzzer, great shot coming from Margaret Spear to give Carthage the much needed lead into the break, and it's like a boxing match. Just counterpunch and counterpunch from both of these teams. You haven't had a chance to talk in a while. It's been so much happening. What are your thoughts so far in this, this quarter?
I mean, that last 4 minutes was probably the best basketball of this entire game. Both teams coming out and getting up and down the floor, creating shots, creating opportunities, hitting tough shots, communicating, getting through screens. I mean, that is basketball teach tape if you've ever seen any. And now both of these teams have settled in. The talk in the first half was, can Wheaton keep it close? Can Wheaton string together more shots together? But now it's who's going to get the last possession, who's going to take the better shot, who's going to hit the next clutch three. That's what you want to see. We love Wheaton Women's College Thunder as well. We love that. And man, this is prime time February basketball. This is what you want to see. Now 10 minutes left up on the clock. Every possession matters. Got to be able to lock in, do what you got to do. Checking back into the game now, 33 Morrissey. She's going to have an impact on this game. Both teams with their starters back out on the floor. This is where it's going to get interesting, Jacob.
And for those of you just joining us, you missed our best quarter of basketball in this one here at King Arena. I'm Jacob Fatma, along here with Xavier Jones to watch the final bit here in this CCIW matchup between your Wheaton College Thunder and the Carthage College Firebirds. It is 56-54 in a very important matchup to see who gets to have a chance to see if they get a tiebreaker against Elmhurst. Elmhurst is down against Carroll away in Waukesha, and our Thunder team are playing also within a point away in Kenosha. So keep an eye on both those games. Very important for each of these teams this season. And we only have some good basketball left. Right back to the post at it once again is the leading scorer in this game, Annie Tate. But Morrissey straight to the basket, not to be outdone. 13 points in 12 minutes for Morrissey. She will not go away whenever she's in. She is doing beautiful work in this one.
Yeah, she has stepped up in a huge way defensively, especially for the Firebirds, creating turnovers, making it hard for Wheaton to get the ball up the floor, and then using her speed to get to the bucket there on the pass possession.
And a foul, or correction, I believe block shot on the way up. I don't even know if that was really a shot, but works out in the Thunder favor, as it will be Annika Richardson taking this ball from the baseline. Annie Tate turnover, going the other direction, and this is the speed that Carthage wants to go at. Straight to the rack is Margaret Spear, and they get themselves a little cushion. 6 points now in this battle. Like I said before, both these teams sitting 7th in the CCIW, trying to get that tiebreaker spot with Elmhurst.
I mean, that was just a beautiful all-around play by Spear. Firstly, to create the turnover, gets her hand in the mix, gets her hand in the cookie jar with Annie Tate on one end, and then coming down and finishing through contact to get the and one. Great job there.
And I might add, if either of these teams who win tonight, it does not assure them that they will be tied with Elmhurst. They still have to win another game. And that's the part that is very important in this, is that it's not just tonight. It is both games. You have to be perfect throughout the rest of this. As foul called on the floor, it will be a throw-in from the sideline. It will be Feborowski taking it once again.
Yeah, Thistle there on the screen trying to guard Feborowski, but goes through the screener. Not allowed to do that. That'll be a foul.
Tate going in towards the basket in this one. Kick out to Oliver. Kate Oliver, and gets it! Kate Oliver was 2 for 9 before that shot and sinks it. A very important one to keep Wheaton in it. And she says, you can do one, I can do one better. And Lauren Knight misses it from the top of the key. And she is starting to get a little bit cold from the field as Kate Oliver heads straight to the bucket once again, blocked on the shot, and foul on the floor. And I believe that will be on Addison Ebeling.
Yeah, an over-the-back call there. Annie Tate with better position. Ebeling trying to go up and over. And the ref deemed that one a foul.
And I would maybe agree with Ebeling, a little bit of a chippy call, but that's okay in this one. But they've called it a very tight game throughout, so we love to see good, consistent play calling as Anna Mooney gets another shot. And Annie Tate with the rebound, sending it back up and going back to the line once again. Her 4th trip. And these free throws will be very important in this one. Annie Tate not having been to the line since the first quarter, which is crazy to say, knowing her prowess of being able to get fouled.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what happens when you crash the offensive glass. We talked about it at halftime. That's something Wheaton is going to have to be able to do if they want to be able to win this basketball game. They've got to be able to create extra shots and crash the offensive glass for extra opportunities. She was able to do that there.
First free throw good from Annie Tate. And like I said, for the Thunder, she's the exact person you want at the line as she gets her second opportunity. And keep an eye on it. Addison Ebeling, 4 personal fouls. Keep an eye on her as one more. We'll see her sit out the rest of this one. And her coach having her on the bench for the moment. Laura Knight trying to find an answer. Knight getting into Spear. Margaret Spear with the lay-in off the assist from Knight. And Laura Knight is starting to get some of this passing going. Schwinn unable to get it over Morrissey. And Morrissey, that is her 3rd steal of the night. And blocked by Anna Mooney. And just getting a kick out. That will have been Nebel getting that rebound on the ground. Nebel trying to send it back up. Missing. Morrissey missing the shot. And that's the first time I think I've seen Morrissey miss in a pivotal moment. Incredible play from both these teams. And specifically for Carthage on defense.
Yeah, both of these teams on defense just playing out of their minds.
And they're going to call it travel. That's taking 1 step too many.
Let's see if she traveled here.
Yeah, it's about 1 step too many. It's a tight call.
Very tight call.
Usually NBA, they give it, but this is college ball. They actually call the right foul.
Yeah.
As Morrissey goes straight to the rack for a wraparound layup and misses. And she'll be kicking herself for that one, missing her last 3 shots. And keep an eye on Margaret Spear. She has made 5 for her last 6 in this one, which is just incredible considering how many shots that she has taken in this one. 15 points for her, and the scoring has been spread across the entire team for this Firebird lineup. At the top of the key, Feborowski. Over to Mooney. Feborowski back to Tate. Tate driving past one and getting the foul from Ebeling. And I believe that will be number 5, so she'll go to the line in this one.
I mean, she's drawing fouls like like no other. She is extremely hard to guard in that regard, and she's back at the free throw line.
First one goes down, and is now only a 3-point contest for this Thunder team. As she gets them both to go on her 5th trip to the line tonight. And note tonight, Kate Oliver already has a double-double, 10 rebounds, 10 points. And she has 3 steals to boot. A great game as it gets kicked out to Morrissey, who has the wide open 3 and converts. You can't expect anything different if you leave someone that wide open. Wheaton spent chasing right now as Morrissey almost gets another steal. Wheaton needing to chuck this one over and barely gets it. Jailbreak, Anna Mooney straight under the rim, missing the layup, gets the rebound. Layup once again and good. Anna Mooney with a great hustle play to stay in that possession.
Yeah, great second chance opportunity, great hustle there. Wheaton just barely getting it across, but once they do, able to find the open lady, she's able to make a play.
Layup from Laura Knight and blocked, or she will be fouled. That's Morrissey heading the line once again. 16 points in 15 minutes at the moment, as she has to strive for 2 more.
Yeah, beautiful three-pointer on the last possession for the Firebirds. Beautiful form, and that time she was able to just crash inside, able to draw the foul.
And Morrissey, the most prolific on this free throw shooting, or most prolific free throw shooter on this team, having shot 103 before this game. But these are her first 2 of the night, and they both go. And Wheaton looking to get some fresh legs in before this final 5-minute sprint of this one. Pass over top to Oliver. Oliver on the jailbreak. Picks up her dribble a little bit foolishly there, but it will end up in the hands of Tate. 5 minutes to go, a 5-point game. Feborowski out to Mooney. Mooney driving out to Tate. Tate at the block. Spin around and somehow does not roll in. Morrissey driving once again. Kick out to Green. Correction, it's going to be Thistle. Morrissey into Nebel. Thistle wide open 3 and clatters off the backboard and back iron. And here comes a fast break for the Thunder. You don't get them often. Pass back out to Annie Tate. Schwinn right at the top of the key, looking to slow it down. Wheaton needing some points on this possession. 12 seconds, 10 seconds in the shot clock now. Schwinn holding the ball, trying to get down past Morrissey. Schwinn right inside the box, unable to get the floater to go. Going down the other way, Morrissey. Back out to Spear. Thistle into Nebel. Back out to Spear once again. Carthage just working it around the horn, trying to get some space. And straight into the basket, and that will be a block once again for the Thunder. Morrissey trying once again to get a pivotal shot. And that's a push foul by Malia Green. And Wheaton will head to the line once again. This time it'll be in the hands of Lily Schwinn. Also keep an eye on Annika Richardson for the Thunder with 4 fouls. That will be why she is out for a little bit in this one. But Annie Tate with 2 blocks and 4 other Wheaton players with blocks in this game. Wheaton doing some serious work in the defensive end as we get a timeout from the Thunder, as it looks like Kate Oliver is limping a little bit on that end. For those of you just joining us, you've missed what I would consider a thriller, but there's only been like 3 lead changes throughout this entire game. They've all been in the last 5 minutes. So a very interesting game between the Firebirds and your Thunder. What have we seen so far in this one, Xavier?
We've seen some really good basketball, and going into these last 3.5 minutes, obviously Wheaton is in the bonus, so they're going to have the opportunity to go to the stripe every single time that they're fouled from here on out. Got some foul trouble on both sides with both teams' starters, so it'll be interesting. But Morrissey has stepped up here in the last few minutes. Wheaton obviously leaning on Annie Tate on the offensive end, so it's going to be a defensive battle here. Can't miscommunicate. You have to be on top of your game when it comes to defending. Can't give up wide open looks if you're either team. 5-point lead, very fragile, so we'll see how it goes.
And both teams scoreless over the last 2 minutes here at King Arena. And Annika Richardson with 4 fouls for this Thunder team. That is maybe one of the most pivotal points. I mean, if you think about it at this point, she has made 4 for 5. She is one of the most efficient offensive players in this team, and having her out in a moment where you need some offense, it's really going to hurt this team down the stretch, and they're just hoping that they can get her in and hopefully get her without a foul.
Yeah, absolutely. And another one that's in foul trouble who's on the court right now, 23, Addison Eveling. She's got 4, so we'll see if they try to attack her to see if they can either get an easy bucket or get a foul out of her and get her checked out of the game.
as both free throws go. A 3-point margin now. Wheaton starting to light up from the free throw line. 17 for 21 as Ebeling back out to Green. Morrissey at the top of the key. Morrissey looking to make some magic happen. Morrissey mid-range jump shot, no good. Rebound from Green and foul on the way up. I believe that's on Lily Schwinn, number 4. That'll be her first of the night. As Wheaton, thankfully for them at this point, staying out of foul trouble, but just unfortunate to send them to the line, or send your fouls to the line before the bonus. First shot, no good from Malia Green.
An important thing to note, you see Lauren Knight at the top of your screen behind the bench, getting worked on. Looked like she was hopping on her ankle. Don't want to speculate anything as far as an injury is concerned, but she's not in the game as your leading scorer. That's a concern for the Firebirds as the clock is winding down.
Annika Richardson back in this one to close it out. 2:45 left. Off the foot of Felissa Feborowski. And it will be Firebird ball. A pivotal turnover in this one late on. Carthage moving up quick. Ebeling out to Green. Morrissey over to Green once again. Spear, Margaret Spear, and Kate Oliver just overrunning that. And Green with a wide open 3, and she is not going to miss that. Her second one of the night. As Wheaton now having to hold a climb out of 7-point deficit here. 2 minutes and change to go. Lily Schwinn straight to the bucket and in. Lily Schwinn says, let me take care of that one. As Carthage looks to send it up once again. Carthage passing it around once again. Ebeling getting back in the game and getting 2 more points. Oliver just looking around, over to Feborowski. And Wheaton needing some points in a hurry. 7-point deficit once again. Oliver trying to find some space, unable to find it. Schwinn into Tate. Here comes Tate with the old bread and butter, unable to get the layup in. And now it's starting to look a lot more difficult. And if Carthage slows this one down, it'll be very tough. Top of the key now, Margaret Spear. Schwinn all over her. Spear going in towards the bucket. Pass out to Green for 3 once again, and another one falls. 4 for 4. Malia Green trying to ice it here with 54 seconds to go, and that's a 10-point game.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're down late in the game. You got to kind of take some risk, especially with how Carthage has been able to take care of the basketball. You try to, kind of get out of position a little bit, and you try to, force some turnovers. But if you get out of position and you're not able to make that play, then you're going to leave shooters wide open on the 3-point line. And Malia Green, 2 huge shots down the stretch here in the last 2 minutes. That last one may have been the dagger.
Malia Green making herself the 4th Firebird scorer in double digits, and you can't ask for much more from a lot of these role players at Carthage. I mean, seriously, Lauren Knight just not quite in this game, or not in this game for the last few minutes, and these role players picking up and just showing out whenever they get the opportunity, and that's something that you can't always expect from a lot of these people. And this next man up mentality has given them the 10-point lead that Wheaton now will have to look to fight and claw themselves out of, as there's a foul on the floor, and we'll get 1 and 1, or correction, straight to the double bonus, because Women's college basketball is always 2 shots after 5 fouls. As it will be Feborowski at the stripe. First one goes. 9-point game. And jump ball and back the Wheaton way. And this could be the exact turnaround Wheaton needed. Great hustle play coming from Annie Tate once again. And Tate just always a staple in these games. Annika Richardson puts herself in double digits, 11 points, and now we have a 7-point game. And Carthage calls a timeout. And now Malia Green also with 4 fouls for the Firebirds. This is gonna be an interesting one down in these last 45. 10 points sounded way more crazy 6 seconds ago, but now as a 7-point game, it becomes more possible. I've seen 13-point deficits just collapse in the final 30 seconds of games. Anything could happen down the stretch.
Yeah, Jacob, we've seen crazier things happen before here, especially here in this gym. 7 points, but you've got to be, they have a foul to give, only 4. Actually, they don't have any fouls to give because the next foul, Carthage will head to the line, but you've got to be able to, if you don't force a turnover early, you have to foul because they can just take it down to 15 seconds and down 3 possessions. You can't really afford that.
And possession play is the key for this Thunder team. As Wheaton now fouling Spear hard on that one, and she'll take her trip to the stripe. As I wonder who they're gonna give that foul to. Looks like they're gonna give it to Feborowski, and that'll be her 4th. And so she has to be careful down the stretch here. And only 4 seconds going off the clock. That's exactly what you want if you're this Thunder team. Make these possessions quick, and at this point it is all a possession game, and you just gotta hope that this Firebird team misses. Now, Margaret Spear might not have been your person to send a line throughout this season. She has been pretty good throughout this season. About over 70% from the stripe, and she hits both. As Wheaton now quickly going up to Annie Tate, and Tate now going past the center court. Over to Schwinn. Schwinn to a wide open Kate Oliver, and in!
Not
6-point game.
Not so crazy. Huge shot there by Kate Oliver. That's what you want to see. You want to see them get up the floor exceptionally quick, and then while they're scrambling, trying to get done pressing or just regroup from the press, you find the open shot. And Kate Oliver, she's been terrific all game long. Struggled from the field early, but has heated up. She's had her hand in the cookie jar of this game all game long. Hits a big 3. We've been talking about some big 3s being hit by the Firebirds, but Kate Oliver coming up with a huge one there to keep the hopes alive. 32 seconds. That's a lot of time, and a lot of bad can happen for the Firebirds. But if they can lock in from the stripe.
And we've seen this Firebird team in matters of like 5 seconds balloon a lead from 2 to 9 or 2 to 11. And their largest lead was 11 points in this game. And this Wheaton team has clawed their way back time and time again. Can they claw themselves back once more in the final 30 seconds? For those of you just joining us, you get to see the final of an absolute thriller here. As it looks like it will be Margaret Spear on the inbound here, and Lily Schwinn on her. Inbound play for the Firebirds. Straight in and foul from Lily Schwinn. And Schwinn very intelligently knowing that she is the one who has to give the foul.
Yeah, absolutely. In the timeout, you preface that. You say, hey, you've only got 1 foul. You've got 3. Got to be strategic in who is fouling who that time. Off the inbound, she rotates there and gets the quick foul.
And Emma Thistle at the line making her first. As she sets up for the second. Goes straight off the front iron. but it looks like a Carthage rebound, or correction, Carthage out of bounds, and Wheaton will get the ball back. Still a 7-point game, and there is still an opportunity to be had for this Thunder team. But they will need a 3 and a shot quick. Kate Oliver. Oliver driving to the basket, not getting fouled and getting the lay-in. 5-point game now for the Thunder team, and foul. Emma Thistle going to line once again. Going one for, making one and missing one her last attempt. She is a 2/3 free throw shooter throughout the season so far. And that's actually about what the Carthage team is shooting tonight, about 65% from the stripe. And these shots will be pivotal throughout the rest of this game as she makes the first one once again. 6-point game with 18 seconds remaining. And Wheaton will need a couple quick ones. And pray for a miss on this one, as it does go. As Schwinn forcing up the court now. Richardson trying to dribble through, but 2 is not going to cut it. There's 8 seconds left. It is a 5-point game once again. As now with 8 seconds, it looks a lot harder, more or less.
Yeah, and that's the advantage of hitting your free throws. When you're able to keep your lead on the stripe, the other team has to foul you. They have to try to stop the clock with fouls, and when you're able to lock in the bread and butter of free throws is concentration. And so when you're able to really lock in from the stripe, you're able to protect your lead even when the other team is getting some really good shots, really good opportunities, moving the ball quickly up the floor. They're not able to steal possessions from you when you're able to hit your free throws, and that's exactly what Carthage has done down the stretch. But again, we've seen crazier things happen. It's now a 2-possession game. So these next 2 free throws, if there is no steal coming out or no change in possession, will be probably the biggest of the game.
I would say if there's a steal in the 3, I will jump out of my seat on this one, as Wheaton gearing up for the first time tonight in a high press scenario. Pass in, and there comes the steal. Timeout for Wheaton, and they get the possession they need so desperately and late in this one.
It looked like there was a foul, not a timeout. So, I mean, hey, this can work, and that's 5 on Malia Green. So, I mean,
and hands up for Malia Green in this one. She has been the absolute dagger, the absolute clutch player for this team late for this Firebird team, and she was largely the reason there is still a lead on this board. As now Annika Richardson with 2 from the stripe. First one goes. As here she goes for her second. Richardson, a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Goes in, makes them both, and now we have ourselves a ball game. 3-point game and the foul, and Feborowski will be heading out, and that is her 5th. And Feborowski, you also can't forget her impact in this game. Extreme hustle play throughout. And that is 5 for number 5, and trying to figure out who to put on. It will be Anna Mooney. Wheaton needs 2 misses from Emma Thistle and a shot in order to have an opportunity in this one. Thistle has been 3 for 4 from the stripe, and now 4 for 5 here. And if she can put in this last one, it will definitely be the dagger for this Thunder team. And she gets them both to fall, as here comes Wheaton once again. Schwinn needing a quick pop-up 3. Oliver for 3, and it will be too little, too late. And that'll just about do it here from Joe Bean Stadium. Or correction, from King Arena. I'm too used to doing soccer at this point. Carthage College wins 83-79 over the Wheaton College Thunder. what do we see in tonight's game? Just great play from both of these teams.
Yeah, great play from both of these teams. A lot of great hustle, a lot of great defense from both of these sides. Congrats to both of these ladies on both of these teams to giving everything that they had tonight. This is February basketball. Got to be able to grind it out. Crazy things happen. You lose leads, you gain leads. Carthage was just able to do the better of it right now.
And I want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. And a thank you to these ladies once again, keeping us interested and keeping it interesting all the way through the entire game. And I just want to thank you all for joining us here at King Arena. I'm Jacob Fobb, along with Xavier Jones, signing off for one last time from King Arena.